That's been frustrating, but so is this. It's time for our favorite segment.
Fan frustration.
So it's time to talk about how the Raiders and how the Jets messed up this week. Because they did. They do every week, and this week is no different. Jenna, what did the Raiders do?
See, this is getting hard, to really find something in the state that we're in.
Really?
And
I'm having no problem.
you're having no problem? Yeah,
And that's a problem. The problem is that I have no problem.
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, again, I keep saying this, I feel like I say this every week. When the season comes, I'm frustrated most weeks. Because the thing about the Raiders is their play bothers me more than anything else. Their decisions aren't, awful or atrocious. It's just their play. Things that they decide to do in season. That's what really gets me going and really gets me angry. The actual football part. Yeah.
An integral part of being a good football team.
Exactly. That's what gets me frustrated. So it's been a challenge, but I'm still able to find something that kind of bothers me, but it's more of what the plan might be if, things are slower to open up in California in terms of where teams might be playing. Stuff we kind of talked about earlier with potential college teams. There's also a potential, sharing of stadiums. So they're thinking that the 49ers would share a stadium with the Cardinals and that the two LA teams, the Rams and the Chargers, would share a stadium with the Raiders. Why? This is our year. It's 2020 Las Vegas. I don't want to share. I'm going to sound like a child, but I don't want to share. I don't. This is our time. We have, the ticket sales. The most popular ticket right now is a Las Vegas Raiders football ticket. And, we'll see if these people are going to be able to use them. But why? It's not like it'll make that big of a difference because, no one will show up to any of the LA games. As I've said before, there are no fans of the Chargers and the Rams. So that's not going to be a huge issue, but it's just annoying. I shouldn't be complaining. We're going to get live sports back, and if fans can come back, it'll be great. But it's just, everyone, let's have one plan where all the states are, in agreement. All the states where professional football teams are in agreement, so everyone can be in their own stadiums. I don't want, we've already got our draft taken away, and then we have draft 2020, draft 2021, and draft 2022. Famously, we have all three of those drafts,
yes.
The one that was in process of happening. So we've already lost our first, step into being, introduced as, here's a football city, it's new. That was supposed to be the draft to kind of integrate us into it. It's still a little weird to hear, say, Las Vegas Raiders. So this is supposed to help us, get a feel for what football in Vegas would look like. Okay, we get passed up on that. That's fine. But now you're going to make me share with these two teams with mediocre fan bases in our time of coming out as, hey, Las Vegas Raiders, we're for real. I don't think it's fair to me as a fan, and that is why I am frustrated. Because we're not going to get our time in the sun ever. It's going to be 2022. And we're going to be like, hey, remember when we moved here 2 years ago? Yeah. We're a football city. We're ready to go. We're jazzed up. That's why I'm frustrated. Nothing too major. Just, I want my chance. They made such a big deal about this whole Vegas move. I want a chance to really sink into it and really accept it and have our time in the sun and not have to share our new stadium, a beautiful stadium at that, with somebody else who's not going to, fill it, if filling it is something to do.
Okay, so you said that you don't want to share.
I don't want to share.
And you have acknowledged that you sound like a child.
Yes, I sound like a child, and I knew coming into this I'd sound like a child, but
Okay.
I don't want to.
So I'm going to sound like a parent, a father here. Your stadium cost $2 billion, with a B, billion dollars to make. Now, that's not much compared to SoFi Stadium in LA, but it's not a little either, okay? This is a very expensive stadium, state of the art. That's why you have to share. When my parents got me a DS, They didn't get me a DS, okay? They said, if you want nice things, you're going to split it with your brother because you're not getting nice things on your own, okay? Vegas, you have to calm down, okay? You're the Raiders. You're not the Patriots. You're not entitled to anything. So if you want a $2 billion stadium, that's sweet, but you're going to have to pay your dues. And here, the dues is sharing, because sharing, guess what? It's caring.
I don't care. I don't want to share. I'm sticking with my 2-year-old opinion. I don't want to. And it's a beautiful stadium that should be just for us.
So
but
Jenna
Brad,
does not. Jenna's kicking and screaming. She doesn't want to share.
No.
My fan frustration goes with Logan Ryan's hesitancy to join the Jets. Okay, so last week we talked about Logan Ryan in our headline segment. Cornerback for the Titans, had a great year last year. 4 forced fumbles, 4 sacks, 4 interceptions. That joins a very exclusive club. So he should be a highly coveted player because the Titans aren't bringing him back. And now he's asking for $10 million. The Jets are in desperate need for a cornerback. And $10 million, the Jets have that. They have plenty of money. That's not the issue. So the Jets are very interested. They're rumored to be very interested in bringing Logan Ryan in. And Logan Ryan has gone on Good Morning Football and said, yeah, I'd be open to it, but I'm still listening to hear what else is out there. That means he doesn't want to play for the Jets. Just let me read between the lines here. He does not want to play for the Jets. Now, it's not enough that the Jets are in New York. It's not enough that we have a young star, I believe, quarterback. But Logan Ryan doesn't want to play for us. That's just, maybe it's the uniforms. Hopefully it is. That the Jets have the worst uniforms. Logan Ryan thinks it might make his butt look big, and he doesn't want to play for them. That's why. Maybe. I hope. I don't know. But Logan Ryan, doesn't even matter if he gets his $10 million, which would be a pay increase for him. It would be a raise. He just doesn't want to play for the Jets. And that's very disappointing, not only because he's a good player and he'd make our team look good, make our team better, but because it just reminds me of Anthony Barr. Do you remember what happened with Anthony Barr last year?
Refresh my memory. I do remember what happened.
Okay.
But I want you
Vikings
to tell it because I think it's
linebacker.
gonna be better when you say it.
Vikings linebacker free agency last season. Jets needed a linebacker. Okay, this is before they got C.J. Mosley. Jets needed a linebacker. Anthony Barr comes to New York, loves it. Okay, goes back to his home in Minnesota, mulling it over with his family. He says, "Good, I'm gonna sign." He verbally commits. He announces on social media, "I'm signing with the Jets. Inking it tomorrow. Book it. I'm going to New York." Head hits the pillow that night. In the middle of his REM cycle sleep, Anthony Barr has a dream, a nightmare about his career going down the toilet, not going well. And why? Because he's in New York. Because he plays for the Jets. Anthony Barr wakes up in a sweat, a panic sweat, has a warm glass of milk, but he still can't go to sleep. Why? Because the thought, the fear of playing for the Jets haunts him. And what does he do? The next day, he signs with the Vikings. Doesn't go to the Jets. The Jets get spurred out of Pro Bowl Anthony Barr. And now we're the butt of not just a joke, but a nightmare. And that's what it was. A nightmare. And now Logan Ryan didn't even take a dream, didn't even take divine intervention from Logan Ryan's REM cycle sleep. He just decided on his own, consciously, I don't want to play for the Jets. The key is he hasn't said it yet, but we all know what he's thinking. He just doesn't want to play for us, and that hurts. That hurts my feelings.